Coming in as that last pick. I mean, when we were looking at the draft go down, were you expecting this? Is there a reason to believe that this Slark could be good here for similar reasons as it was good in the other game where they managed to get the win against LGD?
I actually kind of thought it was coming for some strange reason, just because they were lacking these extra little bit of control too versus this Storm. I mean, I kind of said it to you jokingly, and it actually came up, so I was slightly shocked. I mean, they did it versus the Sven earlier, but it was a support Sven, if I'm not mistaken, when I remember seeing it last time. I believe Shiro was playing some carry Lina. They tried to like fix their draft a little bit.
Yeah, it was White playing Sven.
I think they tried to switch things up because they saw that Slark and they're like, oh, we don't want our carry to be beaten on by the session shift. So it's an interesting approach. It's very Falcon style, and we'll have to see if it works. It is with, of course, that Weaver again. It's a lot of minus armor in this draft. They do an immense amount of physical damage on the side of Falcons. It is going to be playing, of course, into Warcry as the game does progress, but let's see if they can create that chaos, because it's a fast-paced draft that plays very strongly on vision, like the panel was saying.
Battle begins.
Snaking? Oh, could be dead.
I think he might
very
be.
Likely.
And he's not getting out of this one. First blood for Davai Lama.
Strong lane. It's actually kind of cool that they decided to put the Slardar instead, just keep it down in that bottom lane. They wanted to pick this Storm. It's one of Analog's best heroes, of course, so they're going to have to deal with that Slardar versus Enchantress matchup as it progresses in the lane, but getting off to a good start. Little Shredder might just change up all these matchups. I think we're seeing the rise of the Snapfire in almost every single one of these games, and everyone, or almost everybody, is taking that Ricochet. So much damage. Just the Shredder in general is so much damage. Yeah, let's see how these lanes go.
Looking forward to see what Analog's going to be able to do in the overall game as well. He's had some good Storm performances.
Yes.
And this game, right, what has he got to worry about, right? Rolling Thunder, the Pounce, and the Bushwhack.
Yes, it's limited.
Not necessarily easy, instant catches that are going to be thrown down onto him, right? Falcons have got to be smart about trapping this Storm.
Absolutely. And yeah, Analog, he's honestly impressed me quite a lot. I know he had a couple of these games that maybe they weren't able to close up. I know the series versus Aurora definitely hurt a bit of their momentum going, but he's looked really, really strong. I was talking to Lacoste too, because he got to cast a lot of South America throughout the year, and he was like, this guy's improved a lot, because he's come here and he's bringing it to a lot of these, top mids. It's been a treat to see. And this one, he should have a pretty good matchup overall versus Malrine. Has that Storm Spirit, but Malrine, he's played this matchup quite a bit. Yeah, looking at top Amar, they're doing a good job already versus K1, as he does get stunned up. They're trading.
Ooh, Amar is going to turn and stand his ground, and they're going to get the kill first. Crit's able to take down K1, and Amar, he walks away alive.
Sven has one CS, and they get a double.
Oh, well, it's, Crit showing up, as he tends to do on these sort of supports. Yeah, you give him a hoodwink, he might just go and win you the game.
That's definitely the other thing you always have to factor in. Yep. Yes, they only do have limited stunts, but I think Crit still, for me, is the one that's the best, even though it's gotten nerfed, of course. Well, nerfed / changed because everybody's taking the tree bounce trick shot. He still does the little, the acorn shot bushwhack that's very quick. Yeah, it's one of those best, of course, on the hoodwink. Getting himself set up for a double kill, and they killed the Sven when he only had one last hit. That was K1 trading versus a Slark for most of that lane to start here, and yeah, we'll die. We'll get a couple extra CS, but Slark getting a good start. And bottom now, Snay has found probably the best creep you could find in this lane. He's got the Ice Ogre. It's not going to last forever, of course, but just getting that little armor onto both him and Skitter means that they're probably not going to get pressured too much down here when he has it.
Yeah, you can see there, Skitter taking some hits from the little Shredder and barely doing anything with the armor being buffed up upon him.
Yeah, and let's see how much the Dispel, of course, that's going to be coming out from the Enchant versus that Guardian Sprint is going to matter as well, too, if they are able to find that one. Did he get the pull during the shield crash? That's something I've been trying to watch out for a lot of these players. Didn't get to see it if so, but a lot of different one of these mid laners that I've been seeing playing versus these Pangos that have ways to prevent the shield crash or dodge it. I've seen these Pucks, Void Spirit, Storm to catch it as well too, so see them from Analog.
Yeah, that nice lead so far for him in the match. 20 for 3 against the 14 for 3 on Malrine.
But K1 is not having too fun of a time up top. Constant harassment. They've hit level 3 up top now also on Crit and Amar, so they can keep putting this pressure onto K1 if he's not careful how far he steps up.
Stepping up quite a bit here.
Some concerns for the Sven in the laning phase. Of course, the hero can catch up afterwards with some jungle stuff, but it does feel like it's going to be a rough lane.
And he's on the dire side, right, so he's got the Mighty Mines.
He's got the Mighty Mines, yeah, absolutely. And I imagine they're going to get quite a bit of stacks going as well, too, with the Snapfire being able to just back up constantly, so they have Storm, so yeah, they're going to have lots of stacks for him to catch up, but a rough start.
Ooh, I mean, go for him. He's probably dead here. They've got the Bushwhack.
Oh, ooh. Wait, what cut that?
I think so. Was it a Hector straight away with the Quelling Blade?
I mean, he was still stunned. What cut that tree?
Wait, what cut that tree? Check the replays. I saw something got the tree. Indeed, the tree got taken out straight away.
That was like instant cut. Oh well, interesting. Well, they'll survive. Was it tree? Was it telekinesis? I did whatever. I didn't see. We'll cut the tree. I'm blind.
Oh, the tree was cut. They
The
lived.
tree was cut. They lived, but the same impact is happening to Hector. He's not getting much, and he does put the second point in cleave too. So not gonna have the war cry for the laning phase. So they can just look to get aggressive on him. And if your Slark off lane is getting good farming, it's a pretty good sign for sure.
Yeah, Mars having a great time.
Malrine pops the glyph for the wave, trying to bring it to Analog, but Analog is fighting back.
Yeah, both should be fine. We're gonna see the replay. Watch carefully here, Fog.
Was it the lift? I don't know, maybe I'm blind.
No, he just wasn't caught, right? It caught K1, but it didn't catch Schofield. Or am I crazy?
Probably caught both. Whatever. I think maybe the Dark Pack dispelled also the lift instantly, which cut the tree or something. I don't know, whatever.
No, because the tree wasn't cut, because K1 was stunned the whole time. His stun bar ran from 100 to 0.
Okay, maybe I'm blind.
I don't know.
Whatever. Malrine is actually
It's
brought
early.
it back in the mid
We're
lane.
waking up. We probably
we're
missing
missing
something.
We're missing something.
The chat's
Someone will say,
right now.
you
They're
guys
like, you can't see this.
Skitter. Kuchi's back up. Here comes crit. Easy kill. Might get double.
Oh, they might actually. They want to chase through again. Oh, they do.
catch from
Easy
Crit.
bushwhack from Crit.
What a beast.
And he's making it look easy.
Really
Killing
is.
spree here for Crit on the hook. Went 3-0-1.
And Malrine is now just crushing the mid lane. He's got up to 10 denies.
Yeah, that's pretty well considering how well the start of this lane matchup was going for Analog. He had the edge, but yeah, Malrine completely taken over.
They also double got the water runes against Malrine too, and Malrine was able to do this without one of those runes, and now they're swinging the supports over. Level 6 been hit. A 2k lead already. The lanes,
Oh, it's speeding up
they've
for
crumbled.
Falcons.
He's level 5 on the Storm.
Ooh, and the setup is there. I mean, there's nothing they can do to help
Very
him.
dead.
Heroic's just got to watch Analog go down.
Tower gonna eat a couple hits here too from the catapult, and Malrine finds an amp damage, probably the best rune you can find on this Pango early on. He's gonna try to keep this catapult alive as long as possible. They're gonna glyph, keep the wave alive, but a secondary wave is coming in. Have to rotate these supports. Yeah, KJ, he's coming over with Schofield.
I'll see what they can do here. Crit. He's going to be focused first.
Level 2
the bushwhack.
Snapfire.
They're going to just be able to take out the snap.
Oh, this is problematic. This early game.
This is getting very messy for Heroic. They've got to do something drastic to recover the state of this early game. 6.5 minutes in, and it's all Falcons so far.
Crit's doing too much. Gets kills top, moves bottom, gets a kill, goes mid, gets double kill. 6 kills already, and all of those are because of Crit with his rotations. Analog has to be careful. He's one creep, just about one creep away from getting it, that level 6. And I think I steal the wisdoms
I mean,
too.
Skeeter's going to certainly try. See if Davai Lama crushes,
Nice.
and he will.
Nice.
He'll crush to cover it.
But here comes mid. Another one.
Dead again. Analog getting completely bullied. I mean, bottom, they're looking for Skeeter, but oh, good cookie.
Still got the Shakuchi active.
Hey, they're surely getting him. The bash comes in. And yeah, they'll bring him down. So Heroic able to find the kill against Skeeter, but still elsewhere on the map. Pretty rough things happening. Analog going down once more. 7 minutes or so in. This tier 1 tower looks to be going down.
Oh, Malrine bringing it to Analog. So I was telling how Analog was having some better games, but not versus Malrine. Malrine has completely crushed him with these rotations.
And look at that, still yet to hit the 6 on Analog. And as you can
brutal.
see, Malrine, for the most part, doing this on his own. Sure, those last few aggressive kills underneath the tower, coming in with the support backup, but he really sort of turned the lane around in terms of the CS on his own.
Absolutely. And now making those quick rotations. He's got the Rolling Thunder at the ready.
Yep.
The Sven's not even laning. Amar, he's able to just dive. Schofield might just die here. Just to the
He's
Slark.
definitely dying.
Problems all over the place for Heroic. The Slardar feels like he's going to have to do some insane lifting in this mid game to try to bring stuff back to get some kills.
They'll kill the Enchantress.
They'll kill the Enchantress. Will they? They will burn.
I mean, that's the thing. You give this Enchantress a couple more levels and an item, and they probably won't be getting that kill down the line anytime more. But they find a chance to get a kill. They get something. It's important for morale here on the side of Heroic. Analog, he's not matter though.
He's
the
caught
pushback's
again.
there. They've got a Rolling Thunder coming in. Analog's dead again.
Oh man, Analog. And
Top lane.
as well. It's just chaos all over the place.
Wait, is this a replay? We just saw him diving Schofield. He's doing it again. Amar, this time in the backup of Skeeter, they take him out a second time.
And they already have this
within a
deep.
minute.
They have this deep ward as well too. They might even find.
Oh, they will.
They might find K1.
Or do they want to go for this though? It's a little deep here, close to tier 2. I mean, K1's going to kind of walk into the meat. He's going to hesitate, and for good reason. He does not want to go into the jungle right now.
This is going to be quite a painful recovery. The Storm's struggling. The Sven isn't going to want to get involved to do these early moves either. And their Rubik Snap are quite underleveled because of this early game. Level 4 on the Snap, level 4 on the Rubik too. They're taking top tower, and they're also swinging around to pressure. So 4K lead first 9 minutes.
This is early.
So Slardar, yeah, I think Divine Llama maybe doesn't even, I don't know if he can even wait for Blink. If he stalls too long for this Blink, I think they're just going to get too much out of the map. He might just have to look to make some kind of crazy moves around to get some space back for the Storm. Because, yeah, look at Crit.
There's movements this game, up and down.
Flawless. 5K lead.
I mean, whenever Falcons have a good game, it's very easy to sort of look at a hero and be like, how on earth did they get this hero? But with Falcons, there's so many heroes that are kind of like that, right?
True, but
in terms of their specific players. But
it was second phase.
Yeah, Hoodwink's got to be pretty high up there.
I'd imagine.
I mean, probably have to go look back at what else they banned, but Hoodwink getting through for Crit, it always feels pretty nasty.
Analog, caught by the pounce.
They're going to be able to find the follow-up in time. He's able to zip away. Malin's going to come in with the chase, and Analog, he's got enough mana to break out away from the team. Wellington is going to be there coming across. Davai Lama keeping control of the river. Amar's able to take down KJ. They'll turn over towards Davai Lama as well. They got any further catch. The acorn shot bounced. The swashbuckler will turn across on the Skeeter, but Davai Lama surely still going down. The bug slowly biting at him will kill him off. Skeeter gets the kill, and at the same time the push is coming in on the bottom lane from Snaking and the Skellies, so they'll be able to take the tier 1 tower and keep this lead pretty huge here, just 10 minutes in.
The macro play is just too quick from Falcons. Matching that tempo that we saw yesterday, playing versus OG definitely made them kick up pace of tempo a lot too, because we saw just chaos in that OG series where there was just kills diving past tier 2. Falcons, they're setting that similar pace that we saw. Just super aggressive. Everybody, it's literally 5 heroes turn up for the power rune.
Check this out again.
But now
So is there... Oh, this is just the very start of the game. I mean, the beginning of it all. And I get what was this? This is just
This
the
is the Schofield death
the
cam?
Schofield death highlights. Poor old Schofield. And again, I mean, poor old Schofield. Just couldn't catch a break up here into this top lane from minute 1.
Anyone who knows
him.
Schofield, I think we say it so often. This guy's crazy. It's a lot of these games either he does these miraculous moves or he feeds a bit out of control. In this one, so far it's been a bit of that deaths one by one.
To be fair, he's only died 3 times. It's the same as Analog and KJ.
Fair.
You know, there's no need to single him out.
No,
on
they're
this.
bullying him.
You know,
it's fine.
They've had a few of them have got 3 deaths on them. We'll be keeping a tally though. We'll see who dies the most by the end of the game.
It's usually Schofield, but usually they're he's sacrificing. K1. They still have this ward that they placed earlier.
Oh, and Maureen straight on him. I mean, he's going to come in with the stun, but this Rolling Thunder's still going to catch on to him. Is there going to be any sort of backup coming in? TPs are there. There's a perfect spot to line up the sharpshooter. Maureen and Crit making it look easy.
Stops the cookie even from displacing him with the bounce, so they get the shot. Maureen level 10. And he's already queued up that Orchid. We've seen this build a couple times. We saw the bait there from BZM 1 game when he's like, I'm going to go Orchid. Just kidding, Mage plays better. This game he's versus Storm. It's a fantastic Orchid game.
It's going to be so early.
It will be.
They're not going to have any sort of way to deal with that or remove it.
They already have, I mean, they're going to have so many early timings of these tempo items. They already have the Diffusal on the Slark too. Just playing super aggressive. It's just everybody running at each other. And Snaking now already has a Pavis too. So if they go on him this next time, he probably survives versus 2 or 3 heroes with that extra defensive capability. All right, Davai, almost Blink Dagger. It's going to have to be a pretty explosive one. And he doesn't quite have the big level 6 that I would say he wants. He doesn't have KJ, the Snapfire, having the Mortimer Kisses just yet.
Yeah, there's a couple more waves of farm top to get that 6 on the Snap. And they're going to be diving him, so he won't even get the chance to soak in the XP on this top lane, KJ.
It's rare to see this ward not get dewarded, Owen. It's been full duration.
Uh-oh. I mean, that's true with a few plays, right? Because they've been making plays on the Sven up here. They've been sticking around, killing off the Snap. At this point, they're going to know for sure it's there. But at this point, it's indeed probably too late.
They can't go for it. If they're probably like, we have to bring multiple heroes up there. But to go for a D-ward, is that even worth it, Snay? He's got the Pavis. Will they even kill him?
He's going to get the heal off. So...
I don't know, Owen. I've seen this before on these Enches.
We've seen this clip quite a few times in this tournament with these Enchantresses. They just don't die. You go on them and they end up coming out the attempt that you made with more health than the starting with.
Oh, this game is looking pretty grim, pretty fast. Still no level 6 on the Snap. It's almost 14 minutes, and he might just die again. Maureen is just diving.
Well,
this could be a quick one.
at least it's not a best of one. That's what you've been telling yourself is your heroic. It's like, hey, it's a 2-game series, all right?
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
If you lose one of them and then you win the next, you know, you had half of a good time.
Yeah, it's not going to be the shortest match either.
Okay.
It's not like they're going to GG out in the next 30 seconds.
Hold that
Amar
thought,
took it.
We'll see.
He took it, and he's going to TP in their faces.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's just bullying. That means the snap's not going to get 6 at the 14-minute mark. Oh, my.
Well, he's
the
nearly got it.
nightmare.
Oh.
It's the nightmare for the Snapfire. He's level 5.
I tell you what, that's the news stat we need. We need to know the slowest level 6s in this tournament.
I think this might be it, Owen. I actually
Get
think
it
this
up,
might
stats,
be.
lads.
Because usually they
Let's
get
see.
that
We haven't got
secondary
that
wisdom.
stat. We haven't got that stat.
Oh, and he's going to die again. They're bullying him.
Oh, no. And we were showing the Schofield death replays. I mean, at the market, KJ's got to be careful. We're getting his highlight reel ready right now.
He's got 6 deaths. I don't think I've actually seen that. It's usually that second wisdom, if you're having the worst game possible, that gets you the 6,
Sure.
but they don't even let him get it. Now there's an Orchid. The pressure's just too much. Falcons have snowballed out of control.
There we go. Smoke up and just get the snap the 6.
Do they have
That's the game plan here for Heroic.
Dire's top tower is
Get
under
KJ as 6.
But which is the easy target to kill? As we saw, the Enchantress is most definitely not. So it's got to be what
One more creep.
If they
One
can-
more creep. And he's got it.
He's got it, all right.
He's got it. Level 6 is online now. It's time for the turnaround.
15 minutes.
Dire are
Goodness.
scattered.
Murray. He's ready to start playing around with K1.
This ward also, almost a full duration one that's been placed there from snaking. Whoop.
Oh, a little bit awkward. Oh, and Amar gives Malrina. I guess he gives Malrina a smiley face there.
Is that at him or at the other guy? So I don't even
I don't know. It could have been a friendly smiley towards his teammate because he's like, he got stuck. Well,
This is-
you know.
Not doing a whole lot.
No, Heroic's pressing a lot of buttons, but not a lot of things are happening. Analog's going to try and TP out. He's dead. No way to get away from that amount of damage coming out from Falcons right now.
Relentless aggression. And they can play super aggressive now. It's nighttime too. They have the Slark vision to keep diving. They can take out any wards that come down as Schofield.
He's got Shikuchi.
Dire's middle tower is under
Good thing he
attack.
didn't get Orchided first. That was close.
That is very true. There's indeed that Orchid on Malrine.
Falcons have already pretty much gotten all the items that they want to deal with what could have maybe perhaps been that, lack of disable issue. They have Diffusal, they have this Orchid, they're going to have an Atos too. Can they
Here we
get
go.
crit?
They're going for crit.
He's the squishiest of them all.
They should be able to get him. Stuns there, cookie forward, the hoodwink is dead.
Yo.
That's a nice kill as well for K1. A lot of money taking down crit there.
Long way to see you die.
Step 1 of many. Another power rune, of course, for Malrine, since he has full control of the map. And Heroic, maybe just have to kind of hug each other a little bit. Divine Llama, no more farming for you. Keep looking to try to catch Falcons if they do split up. Problem is, Falcons have not been splitting up too much. Just that one situation there we saw from Crit. And that's also the easy target to kill. The rest of them, very difficult to bring down, as we've seen. The Enchantress, very unlikely to get brought down. Malrine, super tanky. Slark, unlikely to go down too. So the other targets are just very difficult for them to catch. As Amar, playing around that night vision, tries to catch Analog.
I mean, Falcons, they know that Heroic continue to play around this area of the map. So once again, making the move up here to try and
they're
catch them
surrounding
again.
him.
Malrine, he's got the Rolling Thunder ready to
And
go.
Orchid.
There they go, straight over towards the Storm. He's going to be able to get the bounce across the sharpshooter. Beautifully lined up there. Crit never misses. 2 of them dead. Once more.
The Malrine and Crit show for the most part. Of course, Amar didn't get that great lane as this Slark, but these two have kind of just been running the show, moving around, getting every single one of these kills, connecting perfectly onto
Dire's
Analog.
top
He's
tower
1 in
is
5.
under attack.
Rougher Storm performances we've seen. Schofield's just playing a different game at this point. He's just Shikuchiing and farming by himself. He's the one getting the most out of the map, it feels like.
Radiant's
K1
bottom tower is under attack.
in some trouble here.
He doesn't live.
No one's helping. He's pinging. He's someone. Please.
Help him. Okay. He actually does live. Very lucky to get away from that one. And okay, he's zipping back. He's not going to try and do anything
Radiant's
aggressive. They
bottom
can't. They just
tower
can't go
is
in on
under
this
attack.
Slark right now. Mars too farm.
Yeah.
Even when the Orchid's done on Analog, it's not going to be a guaranteed kill. Mars going to be playing smart with the Vision and the Dark Pact.
Yeah, and he's got Mage Slayer, so
Yeah.
he kind of just reduces a lot of that damage that would essentially kind of bring him down sometimes. And they're kicking the pace up more, going for Roche. You can see Heroic's just kind of in desperate mode, trying to find any type of farm. They're gonna smoke to look to contest.
Go for the Roche fight. Yeah,
They have
absolutely.
kisses.
Don't sit back. You've got to try something
They have vision of crit too. They do have this ward prepped here.
Yeah, I like this from Heroic. This may give them a chance to catch Falcons by surprise.
Oh, but now Amar knows.
It's very tricky, very risky.
Amar shows that they have a ward there.
The kisses are coming in. They makes the jump. Down by Llama's and we get the snatch. Jumps in, grabs the Aegis. Falcons will immediately turn towards him. They've already killed off the backlines, taken out KJ, and they have taken down Davai Lama the once.
It's a snatch, but they're all dead.
See if the rest of them can get out. Marine's going to be able to chase down Schofield, and indeed, Davai Lama will fall. Falcons, they did still get the kill on Roshan, but at the least Heroic, they won't have to worry about Falcons pushing in with the Aegis, and indeed, Davai Lama there off the back of the snatch drops it easy in the all chat.
I feel like that's one of those...
Schofield gets out. He doesn't die this time.
Oh. And wait, is that Schofield with a... Wait, does he have an Orchid? What the heck? I think he almost has an Orchid. Schofield's just been farming with Shukuchi.
Okay. I mean, that's probably the first time this tournament... Do we ever get Orchid on the Rubik?
Nope. Looking for something to answer Malrine, I guess. That's kind of cool that he's been able to find this type of farm. Sneaking around is close, but Amar diving for Hector.
I mean, they have Analog. They have backup. The Cookies, they're going to be able to come into play to keep Hexa safe. Schofield will not live. They're going to try and jump back in, see if they can bring down this slot, but the backup's in for both snaking and crit. Amar surviving throughout all the damage that they're throwing, and then pounds forward. Double kill for him. He takes down Davai Lama. Now he's ready to dive to tier 2s. They look over towards KJ. Nice. Triple kill for Amar. Analog, he's out of mana. Oh, go on. They want to dive to high ground for sure. Crease not going to hit the pushback, but Amar, he's definitely going to want to dive on forward. Diving the tier 3s onto the storm. Ultra kill for Amar. The off-lane Slark here at 20 minutes in.
I almost expected him to run in and drop mantles, to be honest with you, knowing Amar.
There we go. He's happy. He's having a lovely time.
He really is. The last pick, Slark, he's coming
so
perfectly.
Happy about this. I mean, we've seen it a couple of times from Falcons. I mean, Amar, he's hoping he gets to play this even more. You know, he's going to be looking for any chance to slip this off-lane Slark into the draft.
They've snowballed this game just way too hard. 26-4. Like we said, the latest level 6 I think I've seen in this tournament on one of these supports. And even one of the later level 6s on the mid lane, right? They've really just put the pressure on and haven't held up really at all.
Let's see what Amar goes next. He did have the Manta queued up, but he's saving up a lot of money, and I say he's having a good time, so he might be tempted to go for something a bit more spicy.
Yeah, that's not very spicy.
No,
but I guess it is a dispel, you know?
It's the fact that these Orchids are coming out. As you say, Schofield,
exactly.
We'll see if he gets his by the end of the game. He's still about, what, 700 gold away from having his Orchid complete.
And see if it even, I mean, it's very unlikely to really even do much of anything, but at the least he's trying to go for that big item, right? They might get to a point where only K1 is on the top net worth for Heroic, because everybody on Falcons is starting to swing so far ahead.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And his courier dies, Schofield, so he won't be getting his Orchid anytime soon. Well, a minute, a couple of minutes at least. Delayed for. Amar's going to start buying up into the Ashes, so he will be committing for the Manta. He's playing it smart, he's playing it sensible. He wants to continue to keep his KDA with that juicy 0 on the deaths.
It's going to be unbelievably tanky with that as well, too. Pupil's Gift, Mage Slayer, Manta, Dispels, etc. That's a lot of deaths.
Oh, great.
Solar Crest.
Snake can do anything to help him. The kisses are coming in, and so is Malrine with the Rolling Thunder.
He's healing him.
He's still alive. He's able to bounce out to the side. Crit's going to live. Analog's going to go down, and now Malrine leads forward to set up for more. They'll call it GG. They tap out. They've had enough here, Heroic, in this game 1. 29-4, 22 minutes in, at a 20k gold lead. Falcons turning up today, Fogged.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last pick, where you kind of felt that it may have been coming, especially after the all-chat last game, right? Amar was clearly pumped up, very happy to play as Slug, and he wants to do it again here, Fogged.
Yeah, they do a switch up, right? So they're like, okay, we don't want this melee matchup versus the Slark. They're going to switch that Wind Ranger into the carry role. So the lane overall should be much better this time around for K1, so looking to at least stabilize that. And do want to talk about a couple of these things. So I actually got to witness, and I've seen a lot of these Bat Riders, and I've seen a lot of the Bat Riders versus the Tinies, and Malrine played it the other day, and he destroyed the Tiny. Tiny had like 8 last hits, and he had like 20-something, and he took the tower with the exact same facet. So we do see Analog trying to mimic that. He's going for that Arsonist build. So let's see if he's going to be able to do the same, because you do have to be a bit of a specialist. He is, but Malrine is also a bat specialist. So I imagine Malrine, he's going to do much better in that matchup, but let's see if Analog's able to try to pressure and do some kind of fun stuff. Because I literally saw Malrine get like 10 sticky stacks on a tower and take the Tiny's tower like 7 minutes in the game versus Aurora when he played bat versus Tiny.
All right, well, let's see how it goes down. I mean, overall, what do you sort of make of Heroic's draft this time round as compared to what they tried to do in game number 1?
It feels like it'll be much better because K1 will actually have a game, but I still do have concerns for them just because I feel like Falcons got all of their comfort heroes anyway, right? They've got this Tiny that they've been kind of dominating with. Skitters, Gyro is probably one of the best, if not the best currently. He seems to have a pretty good time in most games. And they've got this Enchantress to secure the lane. That I think Snaking in most situations, he's played what? Io, Chen, Enchantress. He's just playing these like lane securers, so see how Skitter is able to do up top. And yeah, even though I was mentioning, you know, this Bat versus Tiny thing, I think Maureen, he's just the specialist of these heroes, so I think he's probably going to do pretty okay.
Yeah, of course, last game, Analog did have quite the tough time on his Storm.
He did, and KJ did pull the bottle. So just to point that out really quickly, is he's trying to give as much of an advantage to the Bat Rider as possible in the start, so literally right away, a bottle up on the Bat Rider, so see how Maureen endures what can be a difficult matchup, and also just the pooled bottle.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If Maureen is able to win this lane or come out even, that's just a huge win for him.
Absolutely.
Being a Tiny against a Bat with a free bottle the Bat receives. So that will be quite something. We'll see if we can do it. Maureen.
Yeah, and then bottom lane, as we mentioned, you know, this one, it's quite unlikely that Amar will be able to do what he did last time. Unless there's some type of crazy stuff that comes out from Crit in particular, just that range versus Slark, so tough for him to get those Essency stacks and take advantage of the lane.
Radiant's middle tower
So overall,
is under attack.
we're like definitely having I would say, quite a bit of better shot this time around. But let's just see if they can endure, as we've seen how quick Falcons can play in some of these games lately.
Are you kind of surprised overall that Falcons did get the chance to get the Tiny in the draft, or?
A bit, yeah. I mean, it was second picked, right? It was like that second phase thing. They will get Crit.
First blood. Of course it was
Of course, these two have got great kill potential.
Yeah.
With the setup, Schofield, and a lot of burst damage to come out from the safe lane of the Hoodwink and the Wind as well.
Yeah, it's it too. So far, Maureen is doing just fine in the match of Snay. He's perfectly fine. There's no way they're really... this should be just a free farm lane for Skeeter and Snaking. Bottom.
Whoa. Mar getting very low. They were nearly able to get Schofield in return. Not quite.
I gotta keep eyes down bottom. One
Power
shot.
shots could...
One power shot, one bushwhack. Could be a kill here.
Now, Mar's got to be careful. We'll see on the replay. And once again, it was actually a beautiful power shot coming in from K1 that does secure that first blood.
My sprites are with us.
Maureen, knowing this matchup, he gets the boots before going the bottle on the Tiny, so he's trying to grab creep waves. He's done very well in this lane so far.
He really has.
The levels
for 2.
The levels get harder though. Once there's more and more points in the sticky, it does become quite a bit harder for the Tiny. But yeah, first few waves doing excellent. And let's see how much Analog is able to take advantage of this Arsonist in particular too.
Trying to make a bit of a go onto Maureen, but as long as the Avalanche is at the ready, Maureen can put a stop to the attempts from Analog.
It's like the old school. I feel like things of the past do sometimes come back into these games. You know, having these boots very early with the stick versus the bat. Sometimes I still do see players just like get a bottle and then they're getting run down constantly. So.
Yeah, bottom lane. So far, pretty much the expected outcome. It's going to be a slower start from K1. Not really going to have too many interruptions hitting the creeps in this lane against these two. Schofield's doing a good job of setting things up, creating in the space.
Yep. And on the flip side, similar for Divine Llama, where it's a lane where it's going to be hard. They're not going to really be able to pressure the Gyrocopter whatsoever. So similar stuff kind of happening in those safe lanes. And one of them will be a team fight provider, while the other one is just kind of this fighting brawler that we've seen from this Slark overall. So. Still holding his own. 21-2. The deny's definitely coming in here for the Bat Rider, but Maureen even able to secure a rune or two here.
Yeah, I was just saying, definitely seen Tiny's come out of this lane in a much worse shape against the Bat Rider in the 1v1.
Level 3 sticky. Keeps just going for the toss back. But yeah, can't really secure too many extra last hits now at this point. They've got the creep down here. This is cool.
Cookie playing to the stun. I mean, they're in on top of K1.
Oh, this is going to work.
Are they going to get him?
What a move.
Beautiful stuff there.
Snaking.
And deep from the, well, pretty much from the other side of the map, sending his creep down there to help out. And Crit with that cookie, setting things up for the Centaur.
There's no way you expect that to happen. Usually you're like, okay, the Enchantress is going to come through as well too, but just a Centaur creep appears on top of K1.
That's all they needed.
Big deal. Getting a kill down here with this lane. Slowing down the farm of the Wind Ranger, securing a bit more here for Amar. Nighttime has been hit. They've got that vision now, of course, inside the laning phase, and Maureen is really starting to just get pushed out of the lane here. Level 6 soon to be picked up for the Bat Rider. They're making a move over, so Snay, he's looking to help out Maureen and maybe get a kill here onto Analog.
Let's see, Analog is pretty low, and indeed with the pullback of the Wild Wing Ripper, the Analog, he's going to be going down.
What a rotation. Both supports coming into play again here, and a tip coming out from Maureen.
Dalai Lama's coming in as well as KJ. They've got the concoction down to Maureen. Maureen will be able to get the avalanche out and starts to step away.
Lost the glyph too, so the creeps survive.
I mean, this surely can catch him. Yeah, Schofield's got the bushwhack. Spear to follow up. Maureen will fall. So Heroic at least able to take the Tiny down.
But you ping, I'm sure as a mid lane, you ping there or something, and you're like, the Mars is mid, guys. They're just trying to fix the problems that are happening in these lanes a bit here. Yeah, like Maureen's saying it. He's like
everyone else came mid, you know?
Yeah, well, you bring 4, bring 5. And they'll deny out the amp damage. Snay, he's got the heal active. Do they have the burst?
Nice of K1 to give a response.
Cannot go
Not right now, indeed, because Amar is getting some right clicks in on him.
Much better start, though, of course, from Heroic.
But that was a long sentence to type as well for K1 whilst he was in a lane. That was some pretty advanced all-chat response from him.
I mean, these guys are fast typers.
I guess so. I mean, I'm not stopping to type an all-chat sentence like that while hitting creeps in lane. That's risky.
Throws the blood grenade, but now Skeeter actually comes in. It's on top of him. Ooh, the Bat getting killed in a lane that he wants to have an advantage in. Problematic. Analog again struggling.
Ooh, Cookie's going to be dodged. K1 should be fine.
Big deal. I mean, last game on the Storm, he also did have this devastation kind of happen with the rotations from the supports from Falcons. It's similar. See Maureen contesting for this hard camp stack. It's a juicy one. He's got max toss. It's gone in an instant. So that Tiny now, hefty margin ahead of that Bat Rider, 500 ahead. With the phase boots already completed up, now he can just roam. Phase, Windlace, Faded Brooch. Quick movement speed that he can look to move around the map. And this Bat now significantly behind.
Not quite able to get the pounce in. Some of these attempts are getting pretty close. You know, K1's got to be careful.
I'm watching for the rotations too. It's about 7 minutes. This is usually when we see Skitter go through that portal and look to make that aggressive move too. So Hector and Heroic, you have to be ready for these type of movements. Bottom, Amar.
I should have it there. Yeah, Concoction comes anyway. We've got the Dark Packs out, but the damage is already done. Heroic take Amar out.
Maureen looking to dive. He's got both spells. He's got the mana for it.
Spear out to push him back a little bit.
Speedy.
Toss forward.
There you go.
And down by Llama is going to try for the TP out. They got the damage. They don't, so he'll live. Good escape there from Divide.
And they'll be able to secure the rune here for Analog, who also has stacks to be able to go back to after he does finish up this mid, or fix up this mid a little bit. And got some decent damage on the tower with the sticky napalms. The top tower, it'll inevitably fall. This Mars' net worth is very low. Divide Llama unable to lane, making these moves around. And then we're seeing the sticky come into play with the regen rune.
Hunting for something mid, but KJ not able to get him with the Concoction connection. And now Analog. A couple of tower hits. They get the setup here with the Cookie. Rotation as well from Skeeter. Analog will be able to turn.
Here comes Amar.
To turn them back with the Flame Break, but indeed with the pounce forward. They've caught Analog. He's trying to get up to the high ground, but the Scatter Blast from Crit will finish him off.
Falcons waited till he had the regen stop running, and then they make the move on him, so they get the kill. Schofield does go down as well, too. The rotations.
I mean, as soon as Skeeter takes the top tier one, swings over towards the mid, puts the pressure on there. Falcons, they might not have as sizable of a gold lead as they did at this point in game one, but definitely putting on a similar amount of pressure.
K1 trying to go for this aggressive move, but he gets deterred. He actually lost his javelin right before he goes for this aggressive move, too.
Yeah, would have needed that really to have the chance of having the damage to take Skeeter down for sure. They'll set up the Snake here, and Davalon is here. He's going to drop the arena. Because he would have he needed to if they wanted to try and take Staking down. It is just the support, everybody else gets away, so Falcons won't be too sad about that.
Nope. Just losing that 5 to a Mars ulti. Now they don't have to worry about that for 90 seconds or so. Analog will get some time to at least back up and be able to finish up these stacks. But Falcons definitely very happy with this early game again. The Slark, even though into a tough matchup, he's got great net worth.
Yeah, his lane went well. Absolutely could have gone a whole lot worse. And that mid lane also, I should say, could have been a terrible time for Mara.
And they find another KJ.
Cool. And yeah, Mars ready to start getting some message shift stacks. He's able to find KJ there with the help of Crit. And this was quite a lot of heroic around. Falcons, they're just going to continue to run at them.
The toss.
And Heroic's on the retreat, but Analog, he's not going to get away. Falcons, they're going to be able to take the bat down as well.
They were farming the stacks as 3 heroes on the side of
But they pretty
Heroic.
much had 4, they had those 3, and they had the KJ as well around. I think there were 4 of them there.
They barely even were able to finish farming them up. Falcons just playing too fast, invading too quick with the supports every single time. Schofield, been a bit quiet after getting a couple catches down bottom. He's not showing up to these fights to help out his team.
Radiant's middle tower.
What's the levels looking like too? Yeah, he's not quite level 6. The Alk also level 5. The level 6s are already hit here on the side of Falcons again, both supports.
Radiant
3K lead already now with these movements. And Malrine has the power rune as well too to look to make these aggressive moves. He's had way too good of a lane. Schofield.
Mar just might go for him.
They're behind him. Here comes Skitter.
They've got a missile coming in, and he's Schofield. He's going to be going down.
Potentially a tower too, and potentially Divide. They've got the enchant. Do they have anything to catch up to him? Not quite.
Pulling him away from potential defense though, and set up for another push here, Falcons.
They've got a big juicy wave. Yep. Amar's pushing it in. And even looking to move around with the smoke with this arcane rune. Malrine looking for the opportunity.
Oh, let's see if they can go for Analog with the cookie play. They get the toss forward into the scatter blast. Kiss is coming in as well. The Avalanche there to set things up. Analog.
Can he dodge them all?
He's dodging quite a few of them, and just enough to be able to survive. So Analog gets away from this one.
Can they strike back? Malrine, the tree gets cut.
Caught him in its spear connection as well. Malrine surrounded by the 4 of them. I mean, he's going to have Avalanche again in a couple of seconds. He's walking away. He's got the toss. He's actually able to get away from this. I mean, he gets arena. They have, what, 4 heroes there? And he was on less than half HP. They still couldn't kill him, Fogged.
They're going back in. Another toss.
Dire's top tower has been
Just to get close enough. Can he get the scatter blast?
And the tree hits. Oh, Schofield should be fine.
Oh, no. He hits him. Oh, but he lives.
But they couldn't kill the
They
target.
could not. They don't have the damage. They cut the initial stun, too. They cut the tree that was from the bushwhack first, and then they get the follow-up, but they just didn't have the damage. Analog unable to dish it out in time. And then the heals come in again. I mean, snaking, we're seeing this Enchantress just doing quite a bit of healing. Every single one of these games. This new build that we're seeing on pretty much everybody. A 4K lead already at this point, too. The supports are catching up to those core heroes with these rotations.
Yeah. Whilst it's sort of, you know, a similar sort of lead that's coming up, it's even more impressive this game because of the fact that these lanes, definitely on paper, were meant to be a lot more difficult for Falcons, but coming out of the laning stage, we're not really seeing any signs of that. Falcons keeping it cool.
Nope, and this Analog Bat Rider, he's kind of not at all what he wanted, and now playing into these heroes, it's not the easiest of Bat games until he has BKB. Slark, a natural counter versus the Bat, and getting onto Gyrocopter is pretty difficult. That damage comes through, you're probably just dead as you get on top of him, so yeah, Analog, probably feeling the most pressure in this series, because last game too, playing this Storm, he got completely answered. It was almost a level 6 at 8 minutes on a Storm Spirit versus a Pango matchup, so been a big deal that they've been able to just completely shut down Analog.
Yeah. And yeah, playing from behind us, we've already seen signs of there. The lineup of Heroic, it just doesn't really offer any sort of level of damage at this point.
They need the Wind Rangers.
How do they get these kills?
Yeah, they need the focus fire pretty much every single time, it feels like, unless they have these max sticky stacks coming up from Analog. And it's not easy at this point. Now the Blink's already finished, and another power rune, of course, for Malrine.
Ooh, they're going to go for the smoke. This has to work out for Heroic. If it doesn't,
I don't know what they're going to do. They have 5 at the ready.
And it's actually going to be Falcons jumping in on them. They get him with the Avalanche. They're going to look to burst through Analog. They'll get the setup on towards the back lines, catch the 2 of them in the arena. They'll take out the 2 supports. Good setup there from Davai Lama. Skeeter's turned up to the fight, though. So is Amar and Malrine. The cores, they're ready to clean up. They've been able to take out the 2 of them. They'll run down K1.
They're killing them all.
For Skeeter. Schofield will be lucky to get away in the trees as the Avalanche will be off the mark. But it's just at this point, as we're seeing, Falcons, they may get jumped in response. You know, it was a good arena from Davai Lama to set up to get the 2 support kills, but killing and fighting the cores of Falcons at the moment, they just can't do it.
No, they had to blow everything to kill the 2 supports, and it's this. I mean, the Enchantress barely does, of course, always end up going down because of all this healing, and they'd have to go for this snap because otherwise these kisses are just very problematic. Yeah, they just don't have damage.
And we'll see the way they started. You know, they were getting jumped themselves as well. They were lucky they didn't lose heroes even quicker and that they did actually get something out of the fight. Heroic. But yeah, Devilam able to walk in, set the arena up on the two of them. But this means that the 3 cores, they're free to do whatever they want. Skeeter, Maureen, and Amar just completely collapse in on Heroic after they blow everything trying to kill the supports. And at that point, it's just another rough fight for Heroic to walk away from.
Just the cleanup crew. Those 3 cores, Falcons, they're always fine with losing the supports to get these.
Radiant are scanning.
Massive on these 3 cores. Yeah, Skeeter, he's going to be close to his Aghanims already. And they're just running at him, especially now it's nighttime again. Amar.
And they've got the defusal. They're straight in. Marin's able to get the toss back into the avalanche.
Radiant
K1, he's got the focus fire. See if he can bring down Crip with him. Crip will die.
But he will too.
And indeed, another essence shift stacked for Amar. Another kill. Double kill for the Slark as Amar continuing to, in this game too, beyond part have nearly as, if not a better game. Sure, I guess last game he didn't die. This game he's died the once.
Sure.
But as I say, the challenge was bigger for him this time, considering the heroes that he was up against. And that's not really showing too much. He's making it look easy once again, this offlane Slark. And as I said the last game, but I think definitely after this second game, if they do continue to go on and win this one, teams, they got to respect that last pick coming through.
Oh, they absolutely do. Because the thing is, too, is like if he does have good lane, you get ahead. This hero just dewards everything, too. So getting vision out, trying to recontrol the map versus this vision advantage, it just becomes very annoying. So every time you walk out, just like, oh, Slark's there, oh, Slark's there. He takes out a ward constantly. So they do have this. They do have 2 defensive wards at the moment placed out, but I believe the sentries were already placed from Amar to take them out right away.
And I guess without the wards heroic, if they do start to get dewarded across the map, they don't really have a way to, or any sort of abilities to set up vision to give them information to allow like the Bat and the Mars to jump in.
No.
Right? The game gets very hard for these 2 to initiate. Quick reaction there from Schofield with a bushwhack, but he's still going down. They're going to try and fight this. Devilama's in with the spear onto Amar.
Scott ulti.
He's able to get the dark patch. Shackle Shot's not going to do much until Devilama drops the arena. Is there follow-up damage? I mean, the teams are attempting to step. They got the lasso. They'll drop it onto Crit. This is going to mean that the cores are still kind of untouched and ready to fight on Falcons as Amar swings back in, takes down Devilama. Hector and Analog, they have to retreat.
Amar wants more.
And he's ready to dive the tower. He's got his eyes on Analog. Toss forward over as well. Gets the creep in on top of the Bat. Analog trying to juke around the cliff. KJ's attempting to fight Maureen, but he has no damage, of course, with the support out because Amar quickly turns, kills him off as well.
They're just getting dove out of control here. Even Skitter's turned up.
He's got a full Aghanims now. Skofield's tried to come in with the setup, but he, of course, is just going to end up going down as well. 17-9, 5k lead. Heroic once again running out of options.
They're just getting
to turn
steamrolled.
this game around.
Completely steamrolled, and every time they get a kill, but it's on a support. The cores just run rampant. They have to blow lasso. Like ulti from Mars and everything just to stop these 2 supports just from running through them, and then the cores just eat them alive. Amar again, same bite and build, but super good this game, of course, versus the Bat Rider as well, too. Analog's damage is non-existent. He gets hit once from a Mage Slayer. Even before that, he isn't really doing too much.
That's got the shard out on the Slark, so ready to save his teammates. Amar.
Fantastic versus that Mars in particular, if anybody else gets caught, even versus the Bat as well.
And this game next, we probably see something a bit different from him because there's no real reason to need to get the Manta this time around, right?
He can go for any type of fine item if he wants some type of like Ags or some type of crazy
I think
stuff.
just the Axe is going to be appealing for Amar this game.
If he even feels like he wants to go down that route. Yeah, he has options. Maureen also already has Phylactery. They've got all these items picked up very early. Crit, a mech about to be finished up too. They did have the mech and a Pavis, whichever you want to call it, on KJ, so they do at least have that, but they don't have damage. Analog does have BKB now, so can try to catch one of these cores, but he has to get a core. If they keep going for these supports, it feels like they're going to fall further and further behind. So let's see who they can find, because yeah, I mean, two decent item timings at the least here. They have the Gleipnir finished up on the Wind Ranger, and they have the BKB on the Bat. But will they catch Falcons off guard? That is the question, because Falcons have just been prepared for every single fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And you're pretty all in on this fight, too.
What a bounty!
Bottom lane. Falcons.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Falcons knows there's vision here. Look at Amar. He's just pinging it out immediately.
Radiant's
Takes out the
bottom
ward.
tower is under attack.
They do have another sneaky ward.
I didn't quite catch that one.
Nope. But nonetheless, I mean, they're just swinging across the map looking for kills now.
Structures are fortified.
Schofield.
Ooh, Amar's going to be straight on that. Maureen's with the setup.
You monster!
Schofield's just having no series either. 1, 6, and 3. They're not letting these supports play Dota. Not letting much of Heroic play Dota, of course.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And now
attack.
see another target. They're going to force a BKB at the least here.
Yep, he's going to have to.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
K1's still hanging around this area. See how much Amar continues to hunt.
I mean, Amar's got the depth shroud, so he can kind of bait K1 here while his team connects.
He's thinking about it.
Won't be able to TP out. That was scary for him for a second. They see Skeeter isolated, but this is not a squishy hero by any means.
They can go for it, but do they have the charge? They're going to try. I mean, Davai Lama goes in with a spear, but Marion's in ready to back Skeeter up. Davai Lama getting shot down by the little shredder. The cookie comes in for crit. Davai Lama's gone. I mean, definitely one of those moves that you know he's kind of looking at. He's like, do I go for this? I guess I'll give it a try, but I don't know if there's any universe where that was ending up going well for him.
Devi's just having, I mean, none of them, he just can't do anything. He's trying to find catches. Another toss.
The toss onto K1, but it will hold back Amar for now, so K1's going to get the freedom to escape.
Just relentlessly getting ran at.
Radiant's middle
Can't even
tower
relax
is
for a
under
second on the Wind Ranger. Shows outside the base, gets jumped, gets Mortimer Kisses thrown on top. Glyph will hold the tower. Falcons might look to contest for this
Radiant's
Wisdom
middle
rune.
tower is under attack.
Smoke coming out from Heroic to at least claim that Wisdom and maybe claim their Tormentor as well so it doesn't get stolen.
They've hit them with the scan, Falcons, so they know that they're up there.
2 minutes left on the Aegis too, so Skeeter could look to push through if he wanted to, but they're playing patient around this vision, just waiting for someone to show.
Radiant's middle tower
Now they see
is under
Hector.
attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So they get the freedom to take that Tormentor.
They might jump K1. He's still
Radiant's
showing on this
middle
wave.
tower is under attack.
So be careful. Who gets it? Devi does.
Still staying out on the map a little bit.
Radiant's
Scofiel's going
bottom
to try and scout
tower is
things
under
out.
attack.
Got about a minute and 45 left to play with the Aegis on Falcons.
That's very impressive. I mean, Falcons, of course, very strong team, but, have to go back all the way to the early game. And, there was a Batrider who was pulled a bottle, who did have some type of advantage, but Maureen had kept his own, and then just a couple rotations just
Radiant's top tower
smacked it
is
right
under
through.
attack.
Falcons just very prepared. Especially to shut down Analog. Skeeter keeps this push going. He's just still online for 60 seconds plus.
They're going to try and make the jump on a K1. BKB's had to come up very early from Analog. They turn over towards Mallory, but the shroud's down. Amar able to keep Mallory safe for now. The arena is there. Analog's BKB about to come to an end, so he's got to be a bit careful. They'll try and cookie Mallory out to the side. Mallory's on the retreat.
He's tanking.
It's going to push it back to safety.
He's alive.
Mallory's going to live. Nobody to fall on Falcons.
Oh, the Solar Crest again, just saving people.
I mean, and kind of the spear as well.
Kind of the spear
He
as
might
well.
have died, I think, to the Wind Ranger getting him with the right clicks, or at least the power shot connected. Just unfortunate, but either way, probably doesn't matter.
Nope.
Heroic, they're pretty far behind. Falcons, they're pushing up to the high ground.
That was their big fight, too. That was everything revealed there. The bat with the shard, the BKB, pretty much everything committed, and they can't even get a single kill. Not even a support this time around. They tried to go for one of the cores. Just doesn't work. Falcons just too good at fighting, too good at covering each other. These heals, these Solar Crests, we're seeing over and over again.
Radiant's top
Happy to lose the Aegis hit.
Yep. He's got his BKB, I believe, coming out pretty soon, too. If he can keep this push going. He's poking a little. But they'll respect the respawns.
Get the next round of items sent out to them on Falcons before they go again.
Has to be one of the earliest condos we see on these tinies, too. It's already finished up. It's very, very fast.
Full Greaves as well. On crit.
All these timings.
KB Skeeter, yeah, everything's coming together, ready to go for the high ground push and to end the game.
And all these wards as well, too, that, again, just like last game, are not getting dewarded. This one, we said, when you're... I mean, there's a slot on both of them, but it's just harder when you lose these lanes so hard to get rid of them. Everyone just kept tabs of. I see K1 shows bottom. There's this ward that's been there for 5 minutes. Top, there's a ward that's been there for some time, too. They have all the information in the world. Amar about to have Ags, too, for the further dives. Could definitely see them look to dive past these towers once he's got it. K1 close to BKB.
Arena's going to be ready with the jump. Straight on to K1. They're going to try and burst through the Wind Range. They get him down to less than half HP. He'll get the Wind Run off, but the kisses are coming in, and K1's dead.
Right before the BKB, and he spent the gold on the Mithril. He's dead 45.
He is. He's out of the game. Skeeter did also put the BKB himself. Will come to an end. They've got the push coming in onto the tier 3 tower. The next creep wave on its way around. Maurin looking for the jump into the trees. Won't quite find Schofield.
He's too tanky. 32 armor plus that solar crest. They don't want to go for him.
They just
Cookie.
don't have the damage.
He's just waiting to go back in, it feels like, if he sees one of these squishy heroes show. 20 seconds, still no Wind Ranger. And that Ags coming out on the courier here from R2.
And tier 3 gone.
Everyone back to full HP too, Snay. Just gonna heal them up.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
All right, Heroic. You need a blink. Well, you need a blink on the bat, number 1, but you need a lasso into tier 4s, into some fight around tier 4s, because you need all the damage you can get to try to bring down these cores. As you said, they've died once on the Tiny, once on the Slug, but that's it. Gyro Skitter, again, just having a flawless performance.
Dire are scanning.
And now trapped in the base.
Bounty.
See if Heroic just want to play the waiting game, or if they want to try for a smoke move, see if they can catch Falcons, split up.
How do you kill anyone, though? Lead's just too massive at this point. And the lanes are just all pushed in. Even a creep from the Enchantress is shoving in bottom. So they do have to address bottom lane. It's got a catapult wave plus this Ench creep, so that rack's probably gonna go down if they don't want to go to contest it.
Stepping out. Heroic.
Falcon's gonna jump. Ags on Slark.
And next fight is also the Arcane in the bottle of Mar.
Radiant's
Pounces for
bottom
days.
barracks are
I'm
under
ready for
attack.
him.
I'm just ready for him to jump at any moment here. They have to react to bottom.
Oh, Analog.
There's the jump. Analog.
He's dropped his TP. So he wants to try and stick around for the fight. He's going to put the BKB go for Malorine here with the lasso. They're bringing Malorine down pretty low. The heals are coming in. Can they kill the Tiny? This time they can. They bring Malorine down. Can they go for anything more, though? Because Skeeter pushes in with the BKB. They take down Dabai Lama. They're turning with the focus fire towards Skeeter, but the Step Shroud indeed will keep the gyros safe. And Concham flies in. Dabai Lama looks for the spear. For the straight up connection. Shackle shot also not going to latch. Amar, he's on to Analog. And Analog, with the BKB already used, there's nothing else to save himself. Analog's out of the game. He does have buyback. Another pounce fall from Amar. He's in with the catch on towards K1. The win run soon to come to an end as Amar is able to stay on top of him, take him out. Mari's in with the burst combo onto Dabai Lama, who brought back for this one. It's a dieback on Amar. And Amar, he's tempted about diving the base. He's got his Shadow Dance back up in 15 seconds.
You can see why they gave him the Arcane Rune. Malorine's like, they're going to focus everything on me. Go crazy, Amar. Here you go, buddy. And yeah, 48 stacks, ripping them to shreds.
Let's see if he goes for a bit of Fountain dive. Shadow Dance is up in a couple of seconds. Is he going to play sensible and hit the racks or go for the Fountain? He's going for the Fountain.
You know what he wants.
Over he goes. Time to do a little bit of Diverino.
More stacks.
Easy kill.
Nom, 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 nom.
Analog's up in a... Oh, okay,
buys the Ghost Scepter.
Not getting that one. Not so easy. Amar won't be able to get away with the Fountain dives this time, but the space is being made for the rest of the team to clean up the base of Heroic. Full Satanic out on Skeeter. Amarine in with the jump. Found Analog. You get the toss back over towards the Slug. Amar's ready to start going to work, taking down the Bat Rider. Rest and shift stack for him. The mid rack's taken out. That's the Mega Creeps. Heroic, they're playing on, but they're down 22k, 23k gold, 28 minutes in. Falcons, and Amar in particular, he's happy that the game's still going. He's ready to get some more stacks for sure. Let's see what they can get up close to the Fountain. The jump forward over towards K1. K1 has to put the BKB, rim run back to the base. Get the spear pushed back onto Amar. They weren't quite able to get him in range of the Fountain. They take a Malorine down. Snake King getting burst slow, but Amar's been able to turn, take out Dabai Lama. Snake King, can he escape this? Schofield Hector. KJ seeing if they could chase him. Starting to heal up. Concoction's going to be thrown down onto Crit. Now the Enchant Slow comes down to KJ. He turns towards the Alchemist. Blast through from the Scatter Blast. Comes in from Crit. KJ on the retreat with the Chemical Ray. Tries to juke out the Cookie, but he still goes out.
They're just sitting in the base, fighting them through it all. Snaking's still alive. Can they get him in the Fountain?
Chilling in the trees. Oh, the Shackle's there. But then what?
No damage.
Oh, and they... Whoops. Oh, Amar's looking for Schofield. He knew that there was potentially someone around there.
Snay with the pipe, takes literally no damage, back to full HP.
Amar wants more kills. Dabai Lama's going to be back up in 5 seconds. Maybe then he can look for some sort of blink spear back into the Fountain.
Skeeter has Satanic and BKB at the ready.
Shackle latches on. Remember, the focus focus fire. Brings Skeeter pretty low, but it's easy to get the BKB off, and he's ready to start healing up. Cookie overlands straight onto the two of them. Down by Llama and K1 get caught. Down by Llama, likely to be going down. K1's already out. They don't have buybacks in Amar. He's diving the fountain. GG is called. Falcons will take both games here today against Heroic.
And look at Maureen,
He's
relaxed as ever, laying back. He knew how far ahead they were for most of this game, and a big credit to him, of course, too, doing excellent in that mid matchup, even though the Bat Rider is